Hello, friends, internet strangers, and creative weirdos alike. How are you? Welcome back to my studio. Today we are testing out these acrylic paint pens. I got two different sets, a green set and then kind of like this more basic set, which I'm using to start off the painting. Today we're only working on an 8x8 canvas, so it is pretty small, but I was able to pack a lot of details in, and you might be wondering what those ladybugs are for. I'm going to turn this into a 3D piece of art by adding ladybugs on top of all the florals at the end, so make sure you stay all the way to the end to see the final look, because I promise you, you will be surprised. It took me a long time to figure these markers out. This was my first time using them, so this stage right here where the blues and greens are going down, kind of like a test phase. Like, I'm not sure what I'm doing. Ugh, I turned the brightness on and I regret that. Or I turned the flash on, and I need to get a studio light. I need to get a studio light to have better lighting. But we'll just ignore that for now. Ew, my coffee looks gross sitting there. Why didn't you guys tell me my coffee was in shot? Anyway, yeah, so we're painting in the sky, we're painting in some grass, and here I am deciding what color we're going to use first. I decided that that would make a great center color for the flowers, and then I wanted to start with pink because there wasn't going to end up being a whole lot of pink in the end. It's a lot of different shades of pinks, greens, and purples in this one. So here I am just painting in my half daisies. I really like the look of these guys. I like when they have more of like a triangular bulbous shaped head. These paintings are something I fell in love with not too long ago. So my mom, when I was pregnant with my second child, she would come over. My husband was deployed. She would come over and watch my son while I had doctor's appointments, especially like ultrasounds and stuff that he couldn't go to. So she would come over and watch my kid. And one of the times she came over and watched him, she brought with her 100 ducks. And she hid them around my 2-story house. At the time, we had a 2-story. It was a really nice house, but there were a lot of hiding spaces. I don't think I ever found all of the ducks, to be honest with you. So my mother hid these ducks around my house, and I kept them prisoner in a jar, in a baggie. I would keep them prisoner because it really annoyed me. And it really annoyed me finding these stupid little ducks. So one day I'm sitting there. I have a handful of stupid little ducks that have been menacing me for months. And I decide that I'm going to make a pond, like a piece of artwork. I had this canvas board, and all I did was I painted water. I painted it in a very stylized way. I'm going to show you guys how I did it because I'm going to do it again. I bought more ducks, basically. So my mother hid these ducks around my house. I found as many as I could. And then I painted water on a canvas, and I glued the ducks on top of the canvas. So it's like a pond, but it's like 3D. And I hung it in my daughter's room, and she absolutely loves it. Look at me being a content creator. I'm making TikToks and whatnot. Okay, sorry. My daughter was screaming in the background because she was getting ready for bed. She's with her dad, so she's fine. She's just mad. And honestly, I don't blame her. Blame her. We also have booms going off because if y'all didn't know, I live on a military base, and there's always some kind of training going on. So just do your best to ignore that. Thanks. Here I am adding some little white daisies. The little centers are so cute. Here's a real-time painting, here's a real-time clip of what my painting looks like. Now, I do have a very messy paint style. I think it works out, though. Honestly, I think my paintings turn out good most of the time. Like I said, I've been painting for 10 years at least, so I've kind of figured out what I gotta do and how to make it work. And I am kind of a fast painter because I have been doing it for so long. These paintings are something I fell in love with when my mother hid the ducks around my house. I'm not sure if I already told that story or if I had to delete that audio. My mother hid 100 ducks around my house. I gathered them, held them prisoner, and then turned them into art. Look, here's some more real-time clips of me going through and adding little lines to all of my flowers so that they don't look like they're just magically floating. That one got a little too thick. I will say that the problem with these markers I feel like I don't have as much control over the thickness, and I know I do. I put too much pressure. It's just something that's going to come with practice, which I plan on using these a lot more. Do you guys remember the last video on this channel where it was an alcohol marker painting, and it turned out pretty? I like the end result. It's sitting right next to me. I think it looks good, but I'm so used to a painterly style that I painted all of the background stuff, and I didn't leave any negative space for trees or bushes or chairs or anything. So I did have to go in with my oil pastels to layer on top of it. And if I had these markers, I feel like I would have fallen in love with that painting. Oh, so much harder. So there I was just shaking the paint marker so that it would be as bright as possible. This is the brightest green I used. I think it really just makes the end pop. I'm just going to go through and add some random foliage, these grassy boys. I really want this field to look alive, especially because we're getting ready to add the final touches, which are the ladybugs. Excuse me, sorry, I'm not starting this audio over for the 800th time. Yeah, so anyway, we're going to be doing a lot more of these paintings. I got some duck dogs, so we're going to be doing a dog park. And then I think a few of them are supposed to be cats, so I was thinking a cat cafe. My son really wants me to do like a farmer's market and put the ladybugs in there, so that is definitely what I want to do. I got some more basic yellow ducks, and I got some fish because I have some aquarium ideas. So make sure you guys are subscribed because you are not going to want to miss how cool these paintings are. And if you haven't, click the bell button so you get notified every single time I post, which is a lot. Look, you can see me walking away to get my varnish. A good content creator would have edited this out, but not me, because we just get to stare at my beautiful, beautiful art. I promise it's not a freeze frame. I don't know what is happening here. What do you guys think? Did I overcrowd this painting? Did I not add enough floral? Is there not enough variation? Ew, look at my dogs again. Look at my dogs. Stop looking at them. Honestly, I'm testing the page to make sure it was dry before I add this satin polyurethane varnish. The directions say it needs to dry for an hour, and I do feel like I put too much on, which is a lesson learned. It was a little thick, a little hard to deal with, but I'm just going to brush this on, and then I actually used my hairdryer to speed the drying process up a lot because I'm lame and impatient. So I went ahead and just hit it with my hairdryer for a few minutes, and it honestly dried perfectly. I did have my brush on standby so I could smooth out any imperfections. So we're going to get that on, let it dry, and now it's time to add these cute little ladybugs. So my glue gun has pink hot glue in it. Don't ask. And I really struggled getting these dang ladybugs on until I started putting the glue directly on the canvas. I could not get it on the little back of the ladybug and then onto the canvas. It was creating a mess. There are a lot of hairs here. I do clean those up, but yeah, this is pretty much it for this video. I want to thank you guys so much for being here. I jumped up to 26 subscribers since yesterday, and to me, oh my God, that is amazing. So thank you guys. See, getting rid of the hairs. Thank you guys for being here. Here's what the final painting looks like. I'm just going to keep cleaning it up, but I really love how this one turned out. Again, thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye-bye now.